Alright, so in this tutorial, I'm gonna show how to make this, you could call it murder mittens. Alright, it's for this sketch right here. This is the best interpretation that I could come up with in a short period of time, where it's not too, hopefully not too complicated, and but manageable, you could say. I mean, it looks cute and disturbing at the same time. So I wish I made a thumb. A thumb would have been perfect on this, but it doesn't have a thumb. Well, this could technically be a thumb, and whatever. So I'm gonna make this. Murder mittens. Dump it over here. I need to hide that. Okay, so I'm gonna first have symmetry turned on, object X. I'm on modeling menu, and I'm gonna make a cube right there, a cube. Here's my cube. First thing I'm gonna do is name it Murder Mittens 2. I'm gonna go under its poly cube 2, the inputs, right? Select it, click on poly cube 2, height baseline -1, right? Height baseline -1. I'm gonna press D as in David once. I repeat, I pressed D as in David once while I'm in object mode, right? Make sure I know where my front is, my right side, front side. I'm gonna turn the camera like this a bit, and then I'm gonna hold V as in Victor, hold V as in Victor, and I'm gonna grab onto the arrow and snap it back here. Right, here's front, turn the back. Press W to get out of the tool. Okay. Next, I'm gonna scale it up from the center cube, uniform scale like that, so I get the general size of it, give or take. Then I'm gonna stretch it into X, right? This one right here, something like that. Then I'm gonna pull it something like that. Then I'm gonna pull it back around here. So here's my front, right? I'm just pushing it back and said. Alright, next, from the rear, I'm gonna go to face mode, right? This is the rear. I'm gonna, and you can see the back. Press backspace. I'm gonna go in here 1 second. Make it large. There you go. Just doing that for myself. Alright, so delete the back face, right? Select it, and I'm gonna do an incremental save. Next thing I'm gonna do is shift right click. I repeat, I'm gonna press shift and right click at the same time. Pull up the insert edge loop tool, but I need the option box. Reset it. Then I'm gonna click on multiple edge loops. Make sure I set it to 2, right? Everything else should be checked off like so. Come in, and then move this out of the way. I'm gonna click once. Press W to get out of the tool. Close that out. Alright, so I added multiple edge loops. They're equidistant, right? Selected in object mode. Incremental save. I need to see its faces. So basically, under display, polygons, face centered. Face centers. Display polygons, face centers. I need that. So I can see my faces, the center of it. Right? Next, I need to make, before I even do that, I'm gonna select it, right click face mode. I'm gonna select this face. Actually, you know what? I gotta go to edge mode instead. Double click that, right? And then I'm gonna go shift right click, bevel edge, right? Bevel edge, shift right click. It does this, but it's too much. I'm gonna make this a little bigger, make the fraction, dial it down, holding control, hover over the fraction, and left mouse, drag it. Something like not much space, give or take, something like that. Don't do something super tight like this, something like that. Or maybe just, I don't know, 0.1 or something. This is good. What I just did is I'm putting the webbing separators, right? Yeah, okay, next. Let me see here. Okay, so I mean, if I press that, right, and then I can extrude that out, it's not that far behind. Huh. Yeah, alright. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do next is I need my squares, because I mean right now it's rectangles. I need it to look more like squares. So what I'm going to do is go to object mode, hover over it, right click object mode. Then I'm going to press R as in Robert for the scale, and I'm going to just pull it this way, grabbing this right here, so it looks more and more like a square. This looks more and more like a square. Yeah. This here looks more and more getting to be more like a square, and maybe I'll grab edge mode, double click that, right? Let me get rid of my grid line. Right, double click edge mode. I'm in object symmetry mode. I'm gonna pull it. See, before, after. Pull it this way. Right, so the inner line. So it looks more and more like a square. Before, right, after. Okay, this kind of thin, but it's okay, I guess. If I really want to, I can grab this edge loop, maybe kind of pull it a bit to give it a little more space. And this still looks more and more like a square, so it's still good. Anyway, so something like this, where it looks like a square for pretty much all of them. Okay, next. Next thing I want to do is incremental save. I need to make a NURBS curve. So basically, create NURBS, create curve tools, CV curve tool. Right, check the option box. You just never know. CV curve tool option box. Reset it. So it's back to, default settings. Spacebar, spacebar. And I'm just gonna, well, first I need to hide that. I'm gonna temporarily hide it. And then go back, create, save curve tool. Alright. So from here, as you can see the little dot here, right, and this side is the front, that's the rear. Right camera, this needs to say right. If it doesn't, make sure it says right. See right here, side X. And then I'm just gonna eyeball it where it's more or less I'm just gonna click here like that once, right? Doesn't have to be exact, but ballpark. Then I'm gonna click forward, like click here once, maybe right around this much distance, something like that. Or maybe I'll kind of give it a little lift, a little bit above. Then I'm going to do another click, but a little bit further up. 1, 2, 3, and then on the third one, right, it's gonna curve, make a curve. I'm holding it so you can see how it behaves. So the first two, they're kind of holding the base stem, and the third one that I'm pulling on right now and holding on to kind of makes the arc. So I kind of want a bit of a arc like this. Then I'm gonna click again, and then if I bring it closer, I have more and more control of the curvature. If I pull it back out, stretch it, I have less control. Right, so I'm gonna want something like this, and then one more like that. Let's have a claw. Something like that is good, I guess. Press W to get out of the tool. Okay. From there, with the curve selected, I'm going to do Control 1, so I only see it. Only the curve, Control 1. I'm still in my side view. Then I need to press D as in David once to get the live pivot. Then I'm going to hold V as in Victor, hold V as in Victor, hover my cursor right over here carefully. Then while holding V as in Victor, I'm going to left mouse click and hold. Then I can drag and snap it. Press W to get out of it. There you go. So you can see like that. And just to make sure, right, I'm in perspective now. I should go back to this side view, side X, press Control 1 to get out of the isolate select, just to be safe. Now I'll go back into my perspective, hold V as in Victor, and just to make sure, I'm going to make sure it's snapped, because it just slightly moved. Before, after, holding V as in Victor, the move tool, snap it to the face. There. Good. Next. Alright, so that part's done. 13 minutes. Next, what I'm going to do is right click, go to face mode, select that face, shift select also this face, which will select that face as well, because I have symmetry on. Next, shift right click and hold, choose extrude face. With that done, I have these dots here. That tells me that I have a face that's embedded, right? So this is what that means. I'm going under offset, holding control and left mouse click under offset. I'm going to do something like that, something like 0.75 or 0.15, you could say, something like this clearance, right? Then after I get that offset, local translate, alright, local translate at 0.17, something like that. If I press 3, this is what it looks like. If I press 3, press 1, right, so this is what I'm dialed in, 0.175-ish, right, for local translate, pushing it out this much, offset, whereas it kind of scales it inward, like that. So I'm happy with that. Press W to get out of that mode. Next, I'm gonna grab right click, object mode. Make sure I always know where my front is. Zoom in, select my curve, right, because it's slightly moved, right. My face moved because I extruded. I'm gonna hold V as in Victor, and I'm gonna snap it. Again, that is hold V as in Victor, hover my mouse cursor right over it, snap it to the face there. I'm gonna grab this curve, I'll name it claw curve 1. Then I'm gonna press Control D as in David. That way I made claw curve 2, but I'm gonna place it with selected, hold V as in Victor, and I'm gonna snap it there. Claw curve 2. And then I'm gonna do Control D as in David. I made another one. Here it is. Then I'm gonna hold V as in Victor, snap it to that. And I'm gonna do a incremental save, Control Alt S. Alright, so I got that. So that's good. Next. Well, now I can start extruding out. So the procedure is very specific. But before I even get into the procedure, I need to delete history. I don't trust this right now. Hold Shift, hold Alt, and then press D as in David. Bam, it's gone. I'm gonna do another incremental save. Control Alt S. I'm gonna grab this. No, wait. I'm gonna select the fist, Murder Mitten fist. Right click face mode. Right click face mode. I'm gonna turn off symmetry. I repeat, make sure to turn off symmetry. Turn off. Then I'm gonna select this face, right? Carefully select that face. Hold Shift and then marquee drag and select the curve. Okay. Select the face first, right? Then hold Shift and Shift select the curve. Right. Now I'm gonna Shift right click and hold. Go to extrude face. And it does this. I'm going to set my divisions to 5. And then I'm going to move this out of the way for a bit. I'm going to go under my taper, set to 0.05 under taper. Right. Now if I do this and press 3, oh, that's nasty looking. Like this will mess you up. Yeah, I like that, just enough. Right click object mode. So that's how you make that claw, right? Then I'm gonna grab, select the fist, right click face mode, right? Deselect that. Select that face, shift select this. Actually, I kinda don't trust this now. Because this is after that function, so I'm gonna delete history. Shift Alt D as in David, delete the history. Select the murder mitten again, right click face mode, select that face, shift select the curve, shift right click, extrude face, set the divisions to 5. Divisions to 5, we look over here in this column. Set the taper to 0.05 for the taper. Not the twist, but the taper. Good. Next, right click object mode. Select the murder mitten. I need to get rid of the history because I just don't trust it. Shift Alt D as in David. Get rid of the history. Do an incremental save. Control Alt S for incremental save. Select the murder mitten, right click face mode. Deselect that. Select that face. Shift select curve. Shift right click, extrude face. Set the divisions to 5. And under taper, 0.05. Boom. Alright. Next. I need to bulk up the this the claw for a bit. So right click, vertex mode, select all those vertices. I need to turn on symmetry for now. I'm gonna pull this forward. That way it gets certain amount. I pulled it forward basically. Then